Some things a narcissist might say when you just ask them a simple question. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, there is those 9 characteristics running in the background, and no matter how you try to approach them, if they don't want to be approached, they're going to be very unapproachable. However, in life, many of us are about communication, and when things happen, we usually like to ask people questions, create some sort of conversation, perhaps debate about things, come to some form of conclusion, and then move on. This doesn't happen with a narcissist because they don't want exposure, so they gaslight and never give any form of closure. If they don't want to answer a question, they're not going to answer a question. They're going to come up you with several phrases to keep you confused, to keep you guessing, and to never settle a debate. This video is some of the things a narcissist might say when you just ask them a simple question. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So you might just ask them something simple of, how's their day been? And they might just fire straight back at you, why do you have to ruin everything? And you're left thinking, I only asked how your day's been, you've just walked through the door, how's that ruining everything? And it instantly gets you overthinking. It instantly gets you questioning. It instantly gets you, instead of dropping the subject and leaving them to it, asking them more, because they've just accused you of ruining everything, and you want to know, well, why have I ruined? What have I done? Instead of standing there and recognising, right, I asked them if they had a good day and they've just turned it straight round onto me, and then thinking, are you okay? Is everything okay? Rather than asking them if everything is okay with them, because they've instantly just projected straight out on you, we question ourselves, and then that sets the roller coaster of emotional turmoil, cat and mouse going, and the narcissist will keep chipping away at us until they destroy us and blame everything on us. When they come at you with, why do you have to ruin everything? You might then ask them, what have I done? Because you want to know what you've done to ruin things. You want to know what you've done to upset somebody. You might be questioning how you messaged them. You might be questioning whether you picked up the phone to them, whether you missed a call from them, what you might have done. So you might just simply ask them, what have I done to upset you? And they're going to come at you with, I don't want to argue. And instead of recognising, well, actually I haven't done anything today, all I did was ask if you've had a good day, now they're going to accuse you of wanting to start an argument. They're saying, I don't want to argue with you, and you're thinking, I don't want to argue with you, I just want to know what I've done wrong. So you keep the conversation going to try and get some form of clarity. However, what you're missing is the vital bit of information that the narcissist is trying to create confusion within your mind, because they're not happy. They don't want you to be happy. So they're going to set the stage to create the environment to bring you down so they can feel better about themselves. But we don't recognise this because we're not coming from a place of doing that to other people. We don't recognise other people are doing that to us. If we were to say to somebody, why do you have to ruin everything? We'd more often than not say that to somebody. But if we did say that to somebody, that person would have done something. They would have let somebody down or broken a promise and hurt somebody's feelings, there would be a reason behind it. With a narcissist, more often than not, the only reason behind it is the narcissist isn't happy. The narcissist isn't getting the attention they believe that they deserve. The narcissist didn't have the day at work that they wanted to have, and to the narcissist, that's someone else's fault. They're going to take it out on somebody else to make themselves feel better. Because they've said they don't want to argue, you're the one left questioning, and usually because you like to communicate with others and help others, you will keep the conversation going because you don't want to argue either. You might say, no, I don't want to argue, I just want to work out what I've done. So you're also then bringing it onto yourself, not realising that they are doing this to you. Then if you push it forward, saying, I'd like a good evening, I'd like to get on, I'd like to work out what's happening, they might come at you saying that you're being dramatic. And you might be being dramatic. Your emotions might be starting to run on a high. You might be in a state of hypervigilance. You might be feeling anxious. So you might then question, oh, am I being a bit too dramatic? And they're chipping away at you. They're chipping away at your self-esteem while you're overthinking the entire situation, not realising they are the very person that's causing that overthinking, that's causing that confusion within you. So if you bring it back to the start of the conversation and say, I only asked if you had had a good day, and you came at me saying that I'm making things awkward. Could we just have a conversation? Would you be able to explain that to me, please? They might come at you then and gaslight you with, I never said that. So you're thinking, yes, you did. I know you did. I heard you plain and day. This is why we're... And the whole conversation spirals. But because they've got you, because they've got you hooked, because they've got that emotional connection, because you empathise with them, they've got you right where they want you to keep pushing you so that they can sabotage you, so that they can get you to react, so that they can bring you down, so that they can feel better within themselves. If you keep pushing the subject, some narcissists might then actually react to you. And at which point they're going to turn around and say, if you hadn't, I wouldn't. So then you instantly blame yourself, thinking, yes, if I hadn't gone and asked them if they'd had a nice day, if I hadn't have tried to ruin everything, if I hadn't have started the argument over something that they didn't do anyway, then they wouldn't have just punched a hole in that door. So really it's my fault. And they are sinking you, they are gaslighting you, they are causing that confusion within your mind. They're getting you to doubt yourself, and they're getting you to blame yourself for the very things they're doing to you. They might pull some sort of insult. They might say that you're overreacting, that you're too sensitive, that you need to stop questioning them, that you're crazy. And if you bring that up, they might turn it around and say, well, I'm only joking. I was only joking. I was only joking when I said that you were ruining everything. It was just a joke. It's got out of hand. You took it out of context. You've made it go this far. So you're left, it's not a joke, but is it? Have I taken it? Because your emotions are running on a high, because you are in a state of hypervigilance, you are left questioning everything about who you are as a person over asking somebody a simple question such as, have you had a good day? Because they can't be open and honest and just say, not really, I'd just like 10 minutes. In which case you're just like, okay, but let me know if I can do anything for you. I'm here if you need me. Let me know if I can help you. But they don't want to be open and honest. They want to bring you down so they feel better. And if you keep pushing it with them, if you keep asking them just to have that communication, just to get along with people, they're going to claim that they don't like drama, even though they set the environment to create all the drama. But because you're the one that asked them the question in the first place, you're the one that's questioning yourself. a narcissist will often then come at you with, it's not all about you. And because you've pushed the subject, you're the one that's left questioning who you are as a person. When what we have to do is stand back and recognise it's who they are, it's how they work, it's their pattern of behaviour. It says more about who they are as a person than it ever will who you are as a person. If you cannot approach somebody and just ask them if they've had a good day without it erupting into an almighty argument, you aren't the problem. They have a problem in communicating with you. So if you ask someone if they've had a good day and they fire some form of insult back at you, don't question yourself, don't look at yourself, especially when you know you've not done anything. Just ask them if they're okay. And if they say no, ask if there's anything you can do to help. If they keep trying to twist it onto you, drop it, leave them to it. The same as if they promise you something, if they promised you something and then fail to deliver, and you ask them and they're going to bring all that word salad and fire things at you, recognise that they've broken the promise and they don't want to stand to that promise. They don't want to be held accountable for that promise. If somebody has lied to you and you go to question them and they're not honest with you, they didn't lie to you to protect your feelings, they lied to you to protect themselves. Therefore they will lie to you again. Recognise that they lied to you, that's who they are as a person, and leave them to it and go and live your life. If somebody has cheated on you and then wants to turn it around onto being your fault somehow for not showing them enough attention, even though you know you've been showing them loads of attention, recognise it's who they are. It says more about who they are as a person. It's their lack of morals, their lack of respect, their lack of empathy, their lack of loyalty. It's who they are as a person. It's not our job to help them recognise the errors in their ways. It's our job to recognise that this person doesn't value who we are, and we need to no longer lower our standards for them and move safely away from them to be who we want to be, to find our peace, to find our joy, to find our happiness. And we are never going to find our happiness in the same place where we lost it, which is what narcissistic people do. They take your happiness away from you and they breadcrumb you with some false hope that they will return it, just to take it away from you all over again. And when that cycle keeps repeating, it's who they are as a person, and it says nothing about who you are as a person in a negative way. What it says about you is that you are loyal, you are willing to have different perspectives, you are willing to listen to other people's points of view, you are willing to forgive, you are willing to help, you are willing to be supportive, and they are great qualities to have. If somebody's going to take advantage of those qualities, then that person doesn't recognise those qualities within you in the right way, and they no longer deserve those qualities from you. Forgiveness is for the individual person, but one of the main things about forgiveness is forgiving yourself for not having the knowledge of something that you now have. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but the most annoying word in the English language, because with hindsight we more than likely wouldn't have done that in the first place, because we'd have had the knowledge there and then. All we can do is live our lives, know that we made the choice that felt right for us in that moment, and do what we think is our best. And then as soon as we've made that choice, if we realise that things aren't working out, make another choice, change our approach, change our perception, change our beliefs, change our story to create a life that's full of joy, and walk away from those who try to sabotage us at every turn. Remember, a narcissist does not give closure because they fear exposure. So they're just going to gaslight you all the more. Don't go for answers to those who cause your confusion. The best way to beat a narcissist is to step away and no longer play. Part of their disorder is that requirement of attention. If they're not getting positive attention, which they prefer, they will go all out to provoke for that negative attention. By giving them nothing, you are leaving them to go and live their life while you go and live your life. There's many things narcissistic people say in an argument. Please add them into the comments to create a kind of glossary of things that narcissistic people say. And yes, people can say these things. Again, it's all in the intentions behind the behaviour, and it's all in the pattern of behaviour. Remember, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life. With good intentions, there is only your way. Henry Ford, whether you believe you can or you can't, you are probably right. So believe you can and go and live your best life. Thank you for listening. Bye.